My name is Ron Dorn. I'm a professor in the School of Geographical Sciences and Urban Planning at Arizona State University. And a very common question that I'm asked from students is, can you write me a letter of recommendation? So I've decided to explain to you personally via this video recording how to ask a professor for a letter of recommendation, because this isn't something that's just taught. So I'll go ahead and share the screen and walk you through the different steps. The first question is, should you ask me? And my answer is yes. If you are a major in my school of geographical sciences and urban planning, yes, it doesn't matter if you're online or on ground. You are a part of an academic family for life. Your success is our success. The faculty in my school, we are very proud of the state-of-the-art skills and knowledge we teach. We go to great lengths to update our courses to make sure that you're getting literally the art of what's going to happen, not just now, but in the future. And we are confident that we are preparing you for jobs in graduate school. We're one of the best programs in the country, and we're proud of helping you. And I enjoy the process of getting to know you even better. For what you'll learn is that I need a lot more from you than just your resume and transcript to do a good job. If you go to the website of our school and click on the alumni link, we want to connect to you. We want you to keep coming to our events, whether you're online or on ground, our talks, our homecoming, our open door. We want you to stay connected to us. We're proud of you, and we hope you're proud of us. If you are not a major, my answer is no. I will make some very rare exceptions when a student works with me on research, like a biochemistry major did, or is an honor student working with me outside our majors. Um, ASU really doesn't have disciplinary boundaries, but I have to draw the line. And I'm an expert in the fields in my school, and I'm not an expert in your area. So it's often a very big mistake for you to ask a teacher like me of a general education class that you've probably taken for a letter outside of my field of study. Even if you got an A+ in my class, it just doesn't look good for you. So my answer is no, unless you really get to know me through research. Who should you ask? That depends upon what the letter is for. If it's graduate school, it should be someone who knows your skills and knowledge, and someone who has knowledge of your work and personality. Typically, people you've taken upper division courses from or capstone courses from. Job, it's the same thing, but someone who can attest to you in the workplace environment would be ideal. How much lead time should you give us? As much time as possible, often weeks. It takes me several hours, typically 4 to 6, to read the materials you provide me, to absorb it, go back and look at what you did in my classes, and then learn about the graduate program or place of employment you're seeking. What I need to do is to match what I write for you to what you want to do in the next chapter of your career. And that takes time. And I'm often writing 4 or 5 letters at a time for any students. So please give me lead time. Don't expect it right away. What do you provide me? Part one. The first is to realize I can't read your mind. And I'll talk to you about what I do in a capstone class, the GCU 496 class that I sometimes teach. I do an exercise where I ask students to write letters of recommendation for graduate school or job for one another. And the first step is I just send them at it. And the catchphrase is GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. That's what students get. They just ask each other for a letter and they get, hi, Joe's a nice guy. Joe's smart. Joe's a good worker. Comes to class all the time. That's not the letter you want. Okay, so step two in this class is I have them give each other the cover letter that they're writing for the job or for the graduate school and the resume. And they get a little bit better. They get a paragraph that's a little bit beefier. Then in step 3, I have them write the letter for the 3rd time, where they provide each other bullet points for the paragraphs they want. 4 golden paragraphs are requested in this assignment. Evidence that the individual is innovative. Evidence that they're a hard worker. Evidence of the skills and knowledge that they have, and evidence that they're collegial. Collegial means a good person, nice to be around. And so when a student provides another student these large categories with specific evidence bullets underneath, they get a good letter. So what do you provide me? The basics. Always your resume or CV. Always your transcript. An unofficial transcript that you can generate for free through my.asu.edu is just great. Nothing official, don't pay for it. Always the materials that you submit for either the job, a cover letter, or a questionnaire or a statement for graduate school. I need to see what you're saying about yourself. And always provide me the bullets for the paragraphs you would love me to write about yourself. Here are the bullet points. Here are the general paragraphs that you hope I'm writing for you, and you need to provide me bullet points for these. It's tough. It's anguish for you to brag about yourself, but you really have to. First paragraph, you're smart, you're innovative enough to handle the work, either the job or graduate school. Where's the evidence? Presented in bullet points. Second paragraph, you're a hard worker. Graduate school's a lot more work than undergraduate. Employment, you don't want to work super long hours, but sometimes the employment that you really want sometimes requires long hours at times in really key situations. So what's the bullet point evidence that you're a hard worker? 3, knowledge and skills for either the job or for graduate school, and also that you pick up new skills and knowledge quickly. Can you learn new techniques? What's the evidence? Those are the bullet points I need, or anybody writing a letter will need. 4th paragraph, are you high maintenance? Are you a whiner? Are you always going to a supervisor or going to your advisor saying, I don't know what to do next. What should I do now? Or are you going it alone, going off into left field and not seeking guidance when you need the help? So can you provide evidence, or at least an indication that you're the sort of person that knows that right balance? You're not high maintenance, but you seek the right point in time of the balance between seeking help from your advisor and independent initiative. 5th paragraph, are you a positive or a negative influence on the culture and people around you? Are you always complaining? Are you always whining? Are you always blaming somebody else? Or are you the type to help someone else? Do you have a positive attitude? What is the evidence that you're a good person? And you really hope that a letter has a synopsis, a send-off message, that the last thing that's said is, this person's really passionate. It takes time for you to compile this, but it's GIGO. It's garbage in, garbage out, or great in, great out. What more can you provide me if you're seeking graduate school acceptance? First, why do you think you're a good match for that program? What appeals it to you? What does it offer that you want? What can you offer it? Second point, if you're seeking a research program, either a master's program that does research, like many schools will top out at a master's program, and then you have to go somewhere else for a PhD. No matter whether you're going into a straight master's or a straight PhD program, if you're seeking research, let me know the name of the advisor that's agreed to work with you. And if you don't have the name of an advisor who's agreed to work with you, stop now. Return to the beginning. You need to find that match. If you apply to graduate school to do research and you haven't found an advisor willing to accept you, that's bad. Reach out, seek guidance, look at the papers that they write, and then tell me what about that advisor appeals to you. And the last thing I'd like you to do is to kick back and think about in your dreams, if you're going to graduate school, what would you like your life to be like in 10 years after you finish your PhD? Give me a clue for what your dreams are, because that can help me. And then don't be afraid. You don't have to do these last three things, but if you feel comfortable, tell me more about you, your personal background. Why are you seeking this? What is it that you really want the reader to know that I write as a letter writer? Think about this as separating yourself from the competition. Sometimes to separate yourself, you really have to tell something about yourself. Second thing is to tell me more about the something special inside you that will make you someone that the job place or the graduate school ends up being really happy you decided to join them. It doesn't have to be job or academically related, but about you. For example, when I think of some of our graduate students, and I smile about them, it might be somebody who just steps up to the plate to organize an activity spontaneously. Somebody who organizes a camp out for all graduate students. And lastly, tell me why you think that longevity of employment is a real possibility for you, so that the place of employment doesn't have this to do again in 6 months. I hope this is helpful. Bye-bye.